number 6, second module of math, the hard version. We are moving on to number 20. So with this one, what we want to do, we've got g of x, where g of x equals f of x over x plus 3. So let's reword that in a way that is more useful because they're asking us about f of x. So we need f of x to be isolated. So therefore, we can just do a little bit of algebra to say f of x equals g of x, let's keep it separated, times x plus 3. All right. And then what we can do is just add on to this situation here and find our f of x for each piece. So if it's g of x, that's going to be 3 times, and then x plus 3. Our x is negative 27 plus 3. And let me just do all of these while I'm in the moment. Negative 9 plus 3 and 5 times 21 plus 3. All right, so we get negative, let's see, so 3 times negative 24 is negative 72. 0 times anything is going to be 0, and 21 plus 3 is 24, times 5 is 120. All right, and what we end up with is a line. Now this situation was a parabola, but this one is a line. So what we need to, all we have to do is find the y-intercept. So let's just use y equals mx plus b. All right, and what we can do is just pick 2 points to find m. So the formula for slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So that's going to be, oh, I don't know, let's pick these two guys. So, oh, but let's make sure we're using the right thing. So we're going to use our x's and these y's. Okay, so y2, 0 minus 120, and negative 9 minus 21. So negative 120 over negative 30. So that's going to be 12 divided by 3 is positive 4. So slope is 4. So then we can say, and then we can just pick some points to plug in. We know this is 4, and let's pick the positive points for x and y just because that's what I prefer. So we're going to use the 120, where's that? This guy, equals 4. The x was 21 plus b, and b is the y-intercept, right? So once we solve this, we'll be done. So 4 times 21 is 84 plus b equals 120, and then b equals 120 minus 84 is 36. All right, now just for fun and because it might be useful, let's talk about the Desmos way to do this. All right, so I'm going to bring Desmos onto the screen here. And what do we need to do? So first we're going to put our values in and see we can change it over to a table. And we can say, okay, x is negative 27, and I'm just using my keyboard and my arrows, negative 9 and positive 21. My y, and I'm going to change what they call this. I'm going to call this g so that I'm clear, is 3, 0, 5. All right, and then I can go up, nope, and call this F1. All right, and if I say that F1 is actually G1 times X1 plus 3, and let's make sure we use our parentheses. you'll notice I end up with the same values that I did by doing the math myself. You see, well, you can't, but you and I both know it's there. Now, what was the question? The question was to find the y-intercept for f of 1. So if I want to, I can say, I can do a slope and say, so f1 equals that whole mess I did before, x times g1 plus 3. All right, is that right, or did I mix that up? I did. All right, so that should be x and that should be g. X, g1. All right. And then I can do F1 and then the tilde, which is up above the tab key on your computer. And then in the mx plus b form that we know we want. And when I do that, what have I done wrong? X may not be used as a regression parameter. Try using a list. Okay, so this looks weird, and that's because I forgot to put my sub ones. We have to be very specific about what we're doing. We're dealing with F1, G1, X1. Desmos is able to recognize that. And if we don't put the subunits, then it doesn't know what we're doing. But notice, all right, now that I've got my X1s in place, it says, okay, I understand what we're doing now. And it will give me, so this is a regression. That tilde means that the Desmos will actually do most of the work for me. And now they will show me what my slope is, there's 4, and what my y-intercept is, 36. All right, now, was that easier than doing it by hand? Clearly not. Not yet anyway, because I am not as comfortable on Desmos as I am just doing it by hand, but it is still an extremely useful tool. All right, moving right along.